Okay, that's right. The Crusader is back, and I've got something extra special for all of you. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what I would do if I had bad credit. I've got a lot of people asking me a lot of questions about how to build up their credit, what they need to do, and the only way I can really answer that is if I put myself in their shoes and let them know what I would do with the knowledge that I have as far as fixing my credit, building it out, and all that good stuff. Before I get any further into this though, I need to let you guys know this video is for education/entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you guys know what the Credit Crusader would do, okay? Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First thing I would do is set up credit monitoring. Credit Karma and Experian, they're great because they're free. You can go, I'll leave links in the description on how to go to these two sites. They'll show you what's on all three bureaus. Credit Karma will show you what's on Equifax and TransUnion. Experian will show you what's on, well, you guessed it, Experian. They're also going to show you the information that's on there, like how your name is spelled, the different addresses, all that kind of stuff, which that is definitely important. You're going to need credit monitoring before you get into this. So that's step one. Step two is you're going to need to have an income. Now, this is something that not a lot of people talk about, which for me, it blows me away. It's one of the most crucial things as far as building your credit. You need to have a cash flow. You need to have money coming in and going out. You need to have an income source, because if you don't, all you're going to do is get approved for things. When you finally do, run it up, not pay it, and you're going to be worse off than you were before you started this venture. So you need to make sure that you have an income. You need this all sewn up. Now, I can't go over all the different ways of making money in this video because I got to keep it short and sweet. But one thing I will say is this: skills pay bills. With that being said, let's go on to step three. Step three, I would go over my file and see what's bringing it down, whether it be no history, high utilization, too many inquiries, missed payments, charge-off accounts, bankruptcies, all that good stuff. Now, all these things that are on here or lacking, like no history, there's different courses of action to deal with all this different stuff. These first two, no history and high utilization, the no history, in order to deal with that, the best way would be to go add an authorized user trade line. You can head on down to Trade Line Vault, text Jasmine. They're open Monday through Friday. I think their inventory just opened up. They're the best in the business. She'll take care of you. They know what they're doing over there. I don't mess with anybody else. So as far as getting no history or having no history, add a trade line. Once that posts, that will fix your history. High utilization, on the other hand, can be fixed one of two ways. You can pay down the debt that you owe, or you can add an authorized user trade line with a high utilization, and that will offset your high utilization, so you'll be able to get approved for things. Now, depending on what your situation is, it may be better to pay it down, or it may be better to use a trade line. But those are the two options as far as dealing with high utilization. Too many inquiries, missed payments, charge-off accounts, and bankruptcies, these are things that need to be removed. Trade Line Vault, they don't do removals. But you know who does? David Payne. If I had these things on my credit, I would go ahead and text David Payne over at Everything Credit. He's got his own YouTube channel where he actually does lives showing him working on people's credit. This guy's great. He's had a lot of success with a lot of people. He's made a lot of people happy. I would go ahead and give him a text, let him know the situation, and see what he could do for me. This is the guy you need to go to if you're trying to get things removed, or this is the guy I would go to. Now, the next thing I would need to make sure that my credit profile had was it needed to be built out in public records. This is one thing that I learned later on, and it's crazy because this is something that isn't talked about as much as it needs to be. Your public records are basically your information that's in the different data furnishers like LexisNexis, Sage Stream, CoreLogic. These are different credit bureaus that aren't really talked about as much, like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You need to make sure your information is all in there and it's correct, meaning you have the right name spelling, the right address, the right phone number, the right email, the right social security number. It's all got to be correct and consistent in public records. Now, the way you do that is, well, you can build it out. I've got a workshop over at the Crusader Cave that will show you step by step on how to build out your credit profile in public records. Go ahead and check it out if you want to learn how to do this step by step, but you're going to need to have your information in public records, because if you don't and you go to apply for something, even if you've got a good credit score, if the bank can't verify you, you could get denied automatically just because of that. So public records are extremely important. Now, the next thing I would do is I would try to get a secured card as fast as I could. Now, just so you guys know, even if David, let's just say that David removes missed payments from your credit report or charged off account, bankruptcy, just because he removes it from your credit report, that doesn't mean that the bank that you had that stuff with didn't keep a record. So if you have negative items that David removes, you need to try to get a secured card from a bank that you didn't have those negative items with. So, as far as secured cards are concerned, you probably want to go with Citibank, Capital One, Discover. I would go with Discover as a last resort, just because they've been weird as of lately. They've been asking for you to sign something to verify your social security number, and even if you sign it, they close the account. They've been weird. Capital One and Citibank are probably the main two that I would try to get as fast as I could, because they're easy to get and they're a major bank. Now, as far as Bank of America is concerned, I would mess with them, because it's super hard to get that secured card for some reason, which blows me away, because you're giving them $200 collateral. $200 is usually the minimum. You're giving them that. So why they wouldn't approve you, I have no idea, but that's just how they are. Lender, they also have a secured card as well. So if you try to get their secured card, that's a good way to go, but that would be my last resort. I would try to get the cards from the major banks first, because I want to start building a relationship with a major bank. It's very important that you guys know that when you're building your credit, you want to have accounts with major banks for long periods of time, because your credit report and your credit score and all that kind of stuff, that's important. But if a bank has a relationship with you and they can actually see that, hey, this guy's had a secured card with us for 2 years and he's been great, your odds of getting approved are way better from that bank than they are if you just go in there cold with a good credit score. Just letting you guys know right now. So in closing, I'm going to say this. Building your credit is something that's going to take some time. You cannot go into this thinking that you're going to get, especially if your credit's all banged up with missed payments, charged off bankruptcies, too many queries, all this kind of stuff. You can't go into this thinking that you're going to be able to fix this in 10 days. It's going to take time. Yeah, you may luck out and the things may come off real fast, or you may just have no history where you can just add authorizations to trade lines, and that can happen pretty quick as far as a trade line being added and then posting. But you've got to know that if you're building your credit from scratch, you're going to need to start out small with the secured card and then work your way up. Now, just so you guys know, I have a timeline that goes over 2 years. It's at thecrusadercave.com. You can watch this video and it'll actually show you different times of when to apply when you're building your credit. It shows you, I tell you to start with a secured card, and then it shows you step by step or over a course of 2 years what to apply for to then be able to start getting approved for the big stuff like the $10,000 credit cards, houses, and all that good stuff everybody wants. All right. Well, I hope this video helps you guys out, shed some light on some things. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Crusader out.